So today I'm sharing about a man that I loved who I stopped loving in that way, but it was allowing me to have some version of someone that I could learn about, the other. And in the other, we learn about our mystery, and I've been also looking at harshness in terms of that context. So I felt he notices the details. He was dynamic, shy but confident, crude yet elegant. There was a cute beard, dreads, in his beard. There was a few little parts that got stuck together. Contagious smile, strong, beautiful hands, ability to hold space. I felt the hard, beautiful abdomen. Contagious. I said seductive. Sings for me with a beat. He makes moving his hands. He's both thoughtful and intentional. Teaches me to be more kind and respectful. Accepts me as I am. Funny, witty, creative, charming and comforting. Magical, healing hands that give love. Massaging the hand and arm that massaged him. The way he slurped a mango every drop, the way he used a knife, his inventor mind, confidence that's not changing. What I thought of his masculine physical body part didn't matter, for example. His optimism, talks with me for hours on the phone. He does, he covered the parts of my back this is at a time I want to also add that I was not observant of guarding touch. I would touch this person and they would touch me at that time of my life. So what he would, we were intimate, he would do special kind of kisses to my neck, my ear, and I felt it gave me tingles and in my spine. And he would make sure I wouldn't be cold while he massaged me to cover the parts of my back that he wasn't giving a massage. I still sometimes have pains. So he was helping me. He sacrificed sleep to see me, explains why when he doesn't answer, he's cozy, snuggly, can stay enduring for a long time, whether it was physical or sexual. He made me have a lot of pleasure, really releasing a lot of pleasure, there was vibrations of his voice and in balance and giving balance, finding balance, great unique style and excellent taste, patient, mellow, logical, let me have my dignity and privacy, brilliant, wise, can see the bigger picture, in balance, giving balance, finding balance, pragmatic, and doesn't need much, if anything, from anyone. This was obviously idealizing him. Over time, there was other parts of him that I saw that were different. This was my relationship with an other. Then in the other, there's mystery. His name was Sprouty, but it's not really his name. His name was Leo. So mystery, life itself, space-time, unpredictability, fresh eyes, death itself, rebirth, healing, and damaging. I can pass through, not even letting them pass through me, waiting, everything always works out. Looking and seeing, the mind is loud, not present, missing what's really there because we're forcing or controlling, because I'm forcing or controlling, letting change be surprising and being one. I am that I am, the one that makes me feel most comfortable and desirable. The desire to know, the desire to be seen, moving away from attachments effortlessly, taking my time. There's memories why I focus on things I can't fix. Somehow I've made it till now, but I'm more purely me, not fronting myself. I'm never the first to go through with it, queen or king in my own right, not handed down. Woman has true life creative power, and so men can dominate them with physical power. More pleasure needed for women, for example, though, in could be sexual, sensual. Celibate is unhealthy and unnatural. To hold back arousal and undischarged energy urges can translate and uplift sexual energy. And then there's, of course, free choice. So I'll share now about harshness and how freedom is my law, wisdom is my lesson. Someone told me that. I didn't make it up. The ultimate accessory is my own hair. And in spiritual life, between husband and wife, or between two consenting partners, if you're not religious, if you don't have the purity involved, sex has to be something sacred, not obscene, pornographic, condemned, repressed, but immensely respected because we're born out of it. It's our very life force, and to condemn life force is to condemn everything. That is from Osho. Who am I protecting? I have to protect myself first. How others feel isn't my business as long as I didn't cause it. And how do I talk to people? Do I want to be talked to like that? How do I reject people? Do I want to be rejected like that? Do I want someone to fight me for their urges, for sex, for example? I wrote for me to feel more desirable, and my self-esteem led me to people, and we live and learn and use what we see. When I act out something, it takes time and can come back around. Who did I want to be? Not that. I wrote, for example, not a prostitute, because there was times where I felt like I was selling my ability to bring pleasure just for some attention, security, resources, in my relationships. This is, again, in my, I won't call it past life, it was this life, but like way before I was observing guarding the touch. Declining and refusing as an act of self-love, smallest possible loss and mistakes, because everything is case by case. Called myself Dr. Shayna, case by case. I'm so afraid of breaking my word and being told I'm bad and not being loved. And I built castles that crumbled, bliss disappeared, and so I'm not willing to take huge risks or shortcuts anymore and waste or build unsustainability. False promises that seemed good or lovable, to seem good or lovable, and but yet learning words are very powerful. I don't need to let them be about the future or the past. I remember the man, the first real partner I had, he was forced me to keep my word. He was desperate for love and sex and attention. He guilted me and shamed me and objectified me and disrespected me. And I really pushed through, like not letting me change my mind, and or else he would punish me. I fear around saying I'm going to commit, urgency and preventative, preemptive. The Almighty never changes clothes, but the temperature comes. The tempter, the one who tempts us, comes in every shape and form. It's like a sheep in wolf's clothing, or a wolf in sheep's clothing. Leading us further away from our true self. But someone coming off as a good person could really be innocent, needy, helpless, victim, powerless, sweet, fair, honest, rescuable. Follow constants, not shifters. Staying in the group too long means sometimes sacrificing progress and healing, and some things are just another place to go. Everything just needs my presence, my blessing. I'm a midwife, and real connection is, for me, and I was already saying this years ago, more than sexual connection. When I talk about my communities, past and present, that time there was Sophia, a girls' high school, Romamu, for like artsy kind of renewal people, Overeaters Anonymous, Buddhist Insights, Footsteps, which is for ex-Hasidish people, CHCC, I don't even remember what that was, Crown Heights Community something, Ananda Ashram was the Ashram Integral Yoga Institute, Orhana was the school I went to, and the people after that, all recoveries, groups of meetings every day that I was going to during Corona, and Extreme was a camp, and East Flatbush, Erasmus area. I had to go there with humility and need. No one's coming to rescue me, with dignity around appearing self-sufficient versus codependency, needing others to not just support, validate, and affirm me, but to prove me wrong, that they aren't doing the opposite. So needy and giving power away, which is really disempowering. I don't want to keep replacing people with food, sex, alcohol, and drugs. I only want mutual sharing, give and take from both voluntarily. Love is I'm in alignment, whole of me flowing through me and holding you as my object of attention. I am complete. No one else needs to feel irreplaceable anymore, yet now I can see them as irreplaceable. Each becomes uniquely operating members of the group. My happiness is not on any one person's shoulders. And then I continue into dignity, which is that, in fact, having it actually makes me a less exploitative person. Like when I'm self-sufficient, paying bills, holding a job, having my own transportation, not wasting time on people where it would be codependent versus holding the burden for others. Their feelings become my responsibility. Mind reading, not meeting my own needs, ignoring or expecting no boundaries. Not telling my story to just anyone who will listen, not needing someone else to make me happy, letting everything come to me for presence and blessing, not forcing things, letting it flow without desperate attachment to a specific outcome, trusting myself first, God's will, aka my intuition, taking accountability for feeling connected, not missing anyone, aligning with myself in the vortex before aligning with someone else. I can see them as they are and appreciate their glory rather than what they offer. Understanding I'm attracting in vibrational matches when it comes to partners, work, living situation. Not necessarily like attracts like, but also give and take balance. Not letting anyone, including me, train me into dependency. Teaching someone I'll rescue them and vice versa disempowers them, causes them to be locked in places, to get locked in. Believing in the power of others more than in the power of me. When I'm in alignment, I can receive and access all of my resources, feeling stable, secure, yielding to the universe's ability to meet all my needs. Knowing I have a golden touch, even when destructive or cutting, aka not literally slicing myself, like chas v'shalom, which means violation of the wholeness, or for God forbid, but being incisive, sometimes too sharp sometimes. Everything I want is to be happy. This is from Esther Hicks. She says, say this, everything I want is to be happy. The reason I want X, or for me it's like Yaakov to love me, is because I want to feel good. And when I show myself I could feel good without it or with it, then I can have it. Until I show myself I don't require it for my happiness, I can't get it. Because I won't let myself into abundance until something outside makes me believe. So that means we are like preventing ourselves. So anyway, moving into what is the dignity? It's perpetual grace versus a paranoid, selfishness, remorselessness. Mimicking is how we learn. So the background operation starts to become, from our culture, a changing culture, what we copy and repeat, and being understanding and giving our feelings and needs appreciation too. And I remember learning from John Bradshaw about family systems. There's roles, rules, the context for emotional disorder and problems, domination and repression, obedience without content, addiction, and offenders. Acting out was what wasn't done to or for us. And I'll stop here, and I hope this was interesting. Be well. Wishing everyone complete healing.